Okay, welcome back, dear friends. Today, I'd like to continue our series of Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be Gears of War. And I also put the link into the description section below so you can download the image. Before we start today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. So now, get started. To save time, I have already imported into the VirtualBox, and I already identified the IP address of the virtual machine, which is 254 by the tool of like Net Discover. Of course, you can choose what you are comfortable with. And also, I have already done the Nmap scanning. From the Nmap scanning result, as you can see over here, the just for open port, the first one is 22, which runs SSH service. Of course, the version information is displayed over here, but as we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability we can exploit. And the next one is 80, which runs HTTP service, and the next two used for the Samba and or SMB protocol. Of course, the next thing we are going to do is to do some basic enumeration. And for me, if the if the target exists Samba surface, normally I will do the enumeration for the Samba surface first, because the Samba surface in some scenarios will some important files, and also we can identify the username by the like tool of enum for Linux. Okay, now let's do it. So the tool we are going to use is the SMB client, and we can specify the L to list the shell name of the target, and input the password of our kernel Linux. And as you can see, there is one share. The name is local's name, and we can access this shell by SMB client. Yeah, I ought to complete this command because I did this virtual machine 7 minutes ago. So now, and also we need to input the password again and list the content. And there are two files on the target. The first one is some sort of compressed file, and also another text file. Of course, we need to download to the kernel Linux from the target, and the way will be very easy. We can use the command get, and we get the compressed file, and let's quit. And now we can cat the content. So you can see this is a message for the Delta team. I found a file that contains a password to free. Oh no, they're here. I must protect myself. Please try to get the password. So of course we don't know the password, what the file or the service will use the password. So now we need to do next. We can unzip the file, but it's protected by some sort of a password. So what we can do, we can transform or convert this compressed file into the hash, which can be understandable by the tool of John Ripper, and we can use the zip, and I ought to complete this command. Yeah, now the encrypted compressed file has been converted into the hash, and then we can use the John the Ripper to crack the password of this file. And let's auto-complete this command here. Let's run. but no password hashes left to crack. So it means that we'll fail to crack the password. But hold on, guys. As you can see, at the end of this file, which is apparently looks like some sort of expression. So maybe we need to make use of this expression to generate our own dictionary, right? So what we can do is to use the crunch, and because here just there would be 4 characters in total. So the minimum length would be 4, and also the maximum length would be 4. And specify the expression. We can copy the expression and output to the file. So the crunch, we can check or confirm our own dictionary. There are 67,600 lines in our own customized dictionary, and we need to do the cracking by using this custom dictionary, and we can use the John Ripper and specify the word list. But this time we use our own, which is dict, and the hash. And maybe because I have already cracked before, we can use the John. So the password, as you can see, the password would be this one. But this must mean the password for some username, but we didn't get the username yet, right? So because the target exists a Samba service, normally we can use the enum to enumerate such information, including the shell name and also the username information. As you can see over here, the two enum for Linux has already identified the username as markers. So we can use the markers and the password. We need to first to unzip this file, and this file, the password is we have already got from the John the Ripper. Let's scroll up a bit. This one. Maybe we can make a note of this password, and now we can unzip this file without any issue. We have already retrieved the file key txt. So maybe this one is used by some user. Sorry, I think not. This password just used by the compressed file, and this one should be used by some usernames, and we have already got the username by the enum for Linux 2, and now we can sh, and we can make a note of this our password, and in case we need in the future, and we can copy. Now we have successfully logged in as markers to the target, and we can list the content, and we can cut the bash history. And also we can do do some basic enumeration. For example, there is one directory, jail, but cd restrict. So it means that although we have already got the shell, but it's a restrict shell, we need to escape such restrict shell, and then we can run some commands. And we need to exit this shell. And I have already done the research by the search engine, for example, like a Bing. And as you can see over here, there's some several methods when we do the escaping restricted shell. For example, yeah, here. I can tell you, I tried this one, but this type, the T option means we specify the shell type. But I can tell you, I tried this one. Maybe I can try this this time. I can share the SSH again, but to specify the, I can copy. I don't need to copy. I can password, and here we can copy and paste in here. Yeah, but cannot specify the in command name. So it means that this way cannot help us to escape the restrict shell. And now we can try this one. We can copy and sh. You know, for the penetration tester, we always try several different ways to get the distillation done. Okay, and then we need to input the password again of the user markers. Now, yeah, now we can check if we can go to the gel directory. Yeah, now we have already got the normal shell. And now what we can do, for example, we can do the sudo. Sudo, we can paste the password again. But the user markers may not run sudo. Okay, it's fine. Also, we can do, find the so this command will get commands with SUID bit, and if we can find such command, and then we can use this point to elevate our privilege to root. Okay, the lot of commands which has SUID bit, but as you can see, of course, this one cannot help us in this context. But this one, CP means the copy. So I think it means that when we run the command, this command will get temporarily root privilege. So it means that again we can copy or cover the file like etc password file, yeah, and then we can elevate our privilege. And how to do? We can generate the password by the open, yeah, this one, and this one has already generated the password file, and this password can be used for user, for example, like a JSON, and then we can append this line into original password file. Okay, and I can go back to our shell and cut the content. We can copy and paste in here. Now we need to generate our own our intended user, and this user will have privileged I mean the root privilege, and we can copy the root line, and here we can, of course, we can change the username to the JSON, and we need to replace the X by this one, by this password we generated earlier, and we can copy. We need to copy the whole part of our password, and now we can replace the X by our own encrypted password. And now, yeah, this one, is our aim, or we want to write sorry, not a file, this content. We need to write such content into the original password file, or in other words, cover the original file. And we can copy this one, and we can go to the temporary directory and generate the password file, and we can paste the content here, and we can save into the file and exit, and we can cut the file. Yeah, make sure everything is well to do, is well enough to go. And now we need to cover the original file by this file. Yeah, you can, as you can see over here, we need to replace this file. We need to use this file to replace the original password file in the directory of the etc. Okay, and because the cp command has SUID bit, it means that when run the command will temporarily get the root privilege. So can copy the password and replace the original password file. Okay, no issue. And now we can switch to our generated user JSON, and the password is 12356. Now we have already switched the shell into the root, and we can go to the root directory, list the content, and got the final flag. Okay, we successfully completed this virtual box, or this virtual machine. I hope this video will give you a bit value to some extent. And before I conclude today's video, I'd like to mention again, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. See you in the next one.